Hi everyone, I'm Colleen. I'm back for another live stream brought to you by Princess Dental Staffing. So happy you could be here with me today, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful vacation. I know that I did. Did a little bit of traveling, but I'm kind of, it was really great. It was really fun. Kind of glad to be back home now. So I hope everyone is enjoying their holiday season as well. That is nice and relaxing, and that you're taking some much needed time off so you can prepare for the new year. So yeah, so happy to be back with everyone. And today's topic that I'm happy to be talking about is thank you letter after an interview for a dental hygienist. So actually today starts a three-part series. We're going to be talking about sending thank you letters for dental hygienists, dental assistants, and dental receptionists. And today we're talking about dental hygienists. So I'm excited to be talking about this topic today because, I get a lot of clients who say to me, thank you notes. Oh, that's archaic. No one does that anymore. Who does that even? Well, a lot of people actually, believe it or not, before I was a resume writer, I was in human resources. And actually, a lot of job seeker, well, not a lot, but there are still definitely job seekers out there that send thank you notes after their interviews. And it's a great way to make an impression. And the fact that not everyone does it as much anymore is just even more reason for you to send a thank you note, because it's something that can help you stand out from the stack. So today we're going to be talking about thank you notes, how to write one for a dental hygienist role that you just interviewed for, and why it's important to do that and send a thank you note. Okay. But before we dive into that, I just want to remind everyone that this stream, all of our live streams, are brought to you by Princess Dental Staffing. Princess Dental Staffing is an online dental job board. They have positions available for dentists, dental assistants, dental hygienists, and front office personnel, full-time, part-time, permanent, and temporary positions, and they're available in a variety of different areas. So be sure to hop on to princessdentalstaffing.com today, see what positions are available in your area. You can also, while you're on princessdentalstaffing.com, you can also create a profile and get your information in front of hiring managers. And if you get that interview, be sure to send a thank you note, and we'll be telling you how to do that today. And also, you can check out their blog on princessdentalstaffing.com as well. So their blog covers a lot of the same information that we cover in these weekly streams. And again, these streams are brought to you weekly every Wednesday. Okay. And we're covering a lot of different topics regarding starting and maintaining your career in the dental industry. If you don't want to miss out on future streams, be sure to subscribe to our channel, like our page, follow our page. And if you like the content we're bringing you, be sure to drop us a like. If you have any thoughts, questions, insights on any of the information that we're bringing you, be sure to comment, okay? And we will get to your comment as soon as possible. If we couldn't get to it when we're live, we'll definitely get to it as soon as possible afterwards, okay? All right, fantastic. So let's talk about these thank you notes, okay? So why are these thank you notes important? So again, because it's not really standard practice anymore, not what I would call standard practice anymore. It's all the more reason for you to do it because it's something that can help you stand out from the stack, right? So, when you're in the job search process and you're applying and you're having these interviews and everything, it's not just about being able to demonstrate your skills and experiences in education and why you would be a good fit for the practice or the company that you're applying for. Don't get me wrong, all that is very important, but it's also competitive, right? You're competing against maybe 50 other applicants, maybe 100 other applicants for one position. So any strategies that you can employ in order to make yourself more memorable to potential employers and to leave that lasting impression is always a good thing to do, okay? And a thank you note is a really great way to do that. So when do you send a thank you note? Generally, you want to send a thank you note within about 24 hours after you've had your interview, okay? Now, you can write out your thank you note. That's kind of the old school way to do it, which is totally fine. I've even heard of job seekers, interviewees actually go out to the car and just write a thank you note real quick, and then just come back in and hand it to the receptionist or the front office person to give to the person who interviewed them. So it can be that quick, or like I said, you can also write it, send it, snail mail, or you can email it as well. So a lot of job seekers opt for emailing. So if you have your interviewer's email address, you can totally send it via email. But if you do write it out, if you decide to write it out, I would make sure that you're doing it in business letter format. It's really easy. You can Google business letter format, super easy. Okay, and just kind of use that format. But if you're emailing it, then you're just emailing. Okay. But yeah, so a thank you note again is a really great way to provide a lasting impression, and to just kind of it also is a great way to remind the potential employer what it is that you bring to the table, and to give them the opportunity to ask questions for anything that potentially they didn't get answered in the interview. Okay, so let's kind of talk about some guidelines about writing a thank you letter after an interview. So one, you'll want to thank them for their time and thank them for the time they spent speaking with you about this position. Two, you'll want to demonstrate that you're a good fit for the job. Okay. Three, add relevant education, experience, certifications, and those sorts of things. Four, provide contact information. And five, just close out one more time. Just say thank you one more time, and that you look forward to hearing from them soon. Okay. So those are definitely the five things that you want to make sure that you touch on in the letter. And again, that's going to accomplish a lot. It's going to leave a great impression. It's going to remind potential employers what you bring to the table. And it's also going to reaffirm your continued interest in this role. Okay. Which is always a good thing. So, so you'll definitely want to make sure that you hit on all of those points. Okay. So I have a sample letter here for you real quick. So I'm just going to read it real quick. And again, this is specific to dental hygienists. Okay. Again, this is a 3-part series. So we're also going to be talking about dental assistants and dental receptionists as well. But this week we're doing dental hygienist. Okay. So it's going to be very specific to dental hygienist. Okay. Now, again, if you're writing this out, you're going to want to start with your name, your address, and the date. And then you're going to want to include recipient's name, address, and company name, and then address as well. Okay. You can also add a subject line to say, thank you note, or something like that. It's not something you have to include, but you can. It's completely optional, okay? And then you're going to start off with dear recipient's name, write the interviewer's name, okay? All right. And then here's our sample. I'm delighted to have the opportunity to apply for the position of dental hygienist, and I appreciate the time you took to chat with me. Knowing that I could be one of your probable candidates for the said post is a wonderful honor. Okay, so just in that first paragraph, just in 2 sentences, we've thanked the potential employer, the interviewer, right, for spending time with us, and just reaffirming our interest in the position, and how happy we were to have the opportunity to speak with them, right? Okay, second paragraph. Reviewing the points that we have talked about, I can say that I am a qualified applicant for the job. As we have discussed, I completed my bachelor's degree in dentistry from ABC University before becoming a licensed dental hygienist in 2016. I know that my abilities as a dental hygienist with 5 years of experience would be an outstanding contribution to the clinic, and would assist to maintain company name's trustworthy reputation. Okay. So in that paragraph, the job seeker very wisely just kind of reminded them a little bit of just a brief reminder of their education, their credentials, namely certification, and how many years of experience they have, and how that information, how those credentials and qualifications can contribute to the company. In this particular example, we talk about how the job seeker's education, etc., will help maintain the company's trustworthy reputation. Okay, so that's a really compelling way to talk about your qualifications and credentials. Okay. All right, next paragraph. On top of my dental responsibilities, I evaluate my patients' oral health and assess lab reports to determine whether patients were medically cleared for dental prophylaxis. Also, I provided preventative dental care and advise patients on proper dental hygiene and nutrition at company name. Okay, so that's great. So in the previous paragraph, we talked about their education and certifications, etc. And in this one, we're just again giving nice brief overview of key experiences and tasks and responsibilities with which this job seeker had experience. Okay. Okay. With my expertise and commitment to learning, I am excited to make an impact in your organization. I can be reached at phone number or by email at email address for further discussions. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Okay. So, again, with that last little bit, we talked about, again, we reaffirmed our interest in this position. Okay. And we talked about how the job seeker can make an impact on the organization, right? Excited to make an impact with the organization. We included contact information where they can reach us. Also, if you have a limited schedule, let's say, for example, that you're currently employed or you have other things going on, in addition to the contact information, you can also include best times to reach you if you're not going to be as available as maybe you want to be, like during business hours usually. So you can say, here's my phone number, email address, I'm available. Best times to reach me are, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at such and such times or something like that. Okay. Alrighty. And then, of course, we close out with sincerely, sender's name, and your title if you have one, and if you want to include it. Okay. And of course, and your closeout can be anything you want, just as long as it's professional. You can say best regards, kind regards, or just regards, or something like that. Okay. This one chose sincerely, and that is completely acceptable. Okay. All right. So hopefully with that example, okay. So well, just real quick, I just want to go over real quick what all the points, right? We thanked them for their time. We demonstrated that the job seeker is a good fit for the company. They talked about relevant education and certifications, but also their experiences. Provided contact information. Okay, again, very important to provide contact information. And one more thank you before they signed off. Okay, so we hit all of those points in that thank you note, and that thank you note will be about 1 page long, which is about what you want. At 1 page or less is generally what you want. Okay. But hopefully you can say with that example, hopefully you can see, you all can see the impact that could have, right? Just kind of a nice little reminder of what you bring to the table, and just a polite reminder that you are interested in the position, that you're really excited to work with these interviewers and with this potential employer. Okay, so that's a really great way. Again, it's just another strategy to add to your job search plan. Okay, including a thank you note. Okay, and again, they're usually written, but sometimes you can also send them via email as well. If you want, what you can do is at the end of the interview, you can get the interviewer or interviewers' email addresses, or you can always ask reception for them as well, the dental receptionist. Okay, and see if you can't obtain those. Okay. All right, fantastic. So that is our review of thank you notes, why they're important, and how they can help your job search strategy. And this one, again, this week was specifically for dental hygienists. So if you're a dental assistant, your turn is next week, and we'll be giving you another sample and talking again about how important it is, and just giving you some tips on what to include and how to word it. Okay. And then dental receptionists, you're going to be the week after. Okay, so be sure to check out our stream. Again, we go live every week on Wednesdays, but if you can't catch it live, be sure to catch the recording on Facebook or YouTube or wherever. Okay. All right, but thanks for spending some time with me today, everyone. Again, I'm so glad to be back from my little trip, from my little traveling to go see people over the holiday. So I will be back next week, next year, as a matter of fact. I'll be seeing you guys next year and next week, again, talking about thank you notes for a dental assistant positions. So, but thanks for being here with me today, everyone. I'll be back next week, and I hope you continue to stay safe out there. I hope you continue to enjoy this holiday season. The next year is almost here, so make sure you get in some time for yourself so that you can start this next year, with gusto. Okay. All right. See you next week. See you next year, everyone. Continue to stay safe out there. I'll see you soon. All right. Bye.